Everybody, and happy 4th of July. Welcome to the Little Rock Zoo's Wild Wonders Show. My name's Hannah, and this is my intern, and we're going to play a joke before we get...
I told you I have a name. It's Melinda.
I'm sure you do have a name. But before we get started, we're going to play a joke on my friend Leanne, because she's in love with the animal that I have in this box. So she's going to come out here thinking she's a magician, and she's going to try to make it disappear. But we're going to mess it up, because I'm going to hide this guy if you guys promise not to say anything. I've already picked out a really good spot. I don't know why she loves this animal. Okay, I'm going to put it over here because she never waters these plants.
Hey, I think you hear her coming.
You hear it? Oh gosh.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Little Rock Zoo's Magic of Animals show. Happy 4th of July. Now for our first trick, we're going to make an opossum disappear from this box. Before we do that, let me go ahead and grab her really quick so you guys can meet her. Oh no, she's not in there. Has anyone seen my opossum? She's about this big, gray fur, drools a little bit. Pete! Pete, where are you? Pete!
Leanne, why are you so in love with that ugly possum?
First of all, she's adorable, but she has all these magical qualities about her.
So what? These guys aren't that magical. They're found all over Arkansas, even all over the United States. So why is that one possum special?
Well, let me tell you about all these magical characteristics opossums have. First, the females have a pouch on their belly that the babies can ride in when they're really little, just like our kangaroo friends, and their toes. They have an opposable digit on all 4 of their feet, where we humans only have 2, and her tail is prehensile. That means she could grab things with it. She could walk around with my wand if I let her.
So what? Obviously she doesn't even need you to be magical because she disappeared all by herself. You didn't even see her.
Let's put her back in her magical trunk and I'll show you.
Do you guys think she can make her disappear? I don't think she can. She's never done it before. Maybe she's practiced.
I have been practicing. And just so you guys know, I'm not playing fast tricks on you, we have no trapdoors in this trunk, so she can only get out by my magical ability. But we all know the most important part to any magic trick is the magic words. But what are they again? It's hocus pocus. No. Do you guys know any magic words? No? What is it? You know what? Abracadabra sounds about right. But in order for this to work, it's going to need a lot of magic. So I think we should all say it together. So on the count of 3, let's practice. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Now I know it's a little warm, guys. We can get more excited than that, right? So let's try one more time, alright? 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this for real now. Alright, just like we practiced on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Oh no, she's gone. That's never actually worked before. Is she back over here? Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble if I lost that opossum again. Well, the best part to any disappearing trick is the reappearing part, right? But obviously I'm not very good. Does anyone want to come help me reappear? You want to come give me a hand? Anyone? No? You can come on up. Alright. Let's give them a big hand, guys. We're coming to help me make this opossum reappear. Alright. Come on up on stage. We'll give you a wand, alright? You step up. Good job. Alright, so on the count of 3, everyone, let's help him say the magic word, alright? So we're going to wave over the trunk. So 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Did it work? Oh, phew. It worked. She came back. I was really nervous there for a second. Let's give a big hand for helping us out. We'll give you a little flag sticker, right? And we'll have a seat. Thank you so much.
You did a really good job, so I'm sorry to break everyone's bubble, but the intern ran up here. I tried to stop her and she stole your possum.
I know it was all you.
No, it wasn't. These are Pete and Repeat, our Virginia opossum sisters. But enough about this magic. You guys are here to see animals, right? Alright, well, Repeat here might actually look a little bit scary to some people, but they're really good to have around. They get rid of a lot of things that we don't want in our yard, like rotting fruit, cockroaches, and even dead things. And on top of that, these guys have such a low body temperature that they're actually the least likely to carry rabies of any animal. And they're nocturnal, which means they come out at night, so we humans have very few run-ins with them. Now, if you're still not convinced that Repeat isn't so bad, you'll be happy to know that she's a lot more afraid of you than you are of her. Does anyone out here know what these guys will do when they get really scared? Do y'all know? That's right. They do what we call playing possum, which is where they flip over on their backs, lock up all their muscles, and make themselves stink. So they try to look dead so that whatever's bothering them will just go away. So how about a hand for our possums, Pete and Repeat? Now our next animal, though, they have a right to be afraid of because it is a fierce and powerful predator. So I don't want anyone to get too scared when we bring out our next animal because he has long, sharp talons and a big hooked beak, and he strikes fear into the heart of everything he hunts. So everyone please welcome our next... What is that?
Well, this is Wiley, our screech owl.
He's not scary. My Coke can's bigger than that.
Well, Wiley is actually very scary. He's what we like to call a bird of prey, which means he hunts and eats meat. Now, birds of prey have 3 magical characteristics about them. First, you'll notice his long hooked beak, which is perfect for ripping the meat off the bone. Second, you'll notice he's got extremely long and sharp talons, which is perfect for grabbing his prey. And finally, you'll notice he has forward-facing eyes, just like you and I do, which allows him to scan a larger area for something to eat. But you know, screech owls aren't only great hunters, they're also very smart. They've been known to bring blind snakes into their nest, which helps keep down the insect population. Now I know you've all been dying to see another magic trick. So we're going to do with Wiley here, is we're going to grow him to be the largest owl found in North America. So on the count of 3, we're all going to say the magic word again, alright? 1, 2...
Hold on, stop right there before you mess up the show.
It would have worked if you let me finish.
Well, this is the largest owl that we have in North America, but these are 2 totally different kinds of owls. So everybody welcome Sydney, our great horned owl. Now speaking of large, does anyone out here notice anything really big around her face? Do you see it? What is it? Look right there. Her eyes. She's got really big eyes. Her eyes are so big that if we humans had eyes the size of an owl's, we would look crazy because our eyes would be as big as softballs. Now when your eyes are this large, there's not very much room in her eye socket for the muscles that help her to be able to look around. So do you guys know what she can do instead of just look around with her eyes? Any of you guys know? That's right, she can turn her head 270 degrees or 3/4 of the way around. Leanne thinks she can do this because she's magic, but she actually has 14 bones inside her neck, where we humans and even the tallest giraffe have only 7. The only other thing that I can think of that can see what's going on behind it is my mom and my boss, but don't tell them I said that because I would get in a lot of trouble. Now take a look at these feather tufts on top of her head that look kind of like ears. They actually have nothing to do with hearing. These are used in courtship and territorial displays, and they actually lie flat while the owl is in flight. Now these guys are also what I like to call the big bullies of the bird world, because when it comes time to raise their young, they don't even build nests. What these guys will do is kick other parent birds out of their nest and steal that nest to use as their own. On top of that, they eat other birds, even other great horned owls. But do you guys know what her favorite food to eat is? It's really gross. Do you have a guess? It's close, kind of like that. It's a skunk. These guys eat stinky, smelly skunks. Their eyes are so good that they don't really have a need for a strong sense of smell, so the stench of skunk doesn't bother her like it would bother us. And speaking of skunks, I have a really funny joke I could tell you guys, but you wouldn't want to hear it because it really stinks. So how about a hand for Sydney, the great horned owl? Intern, what are you out there doing?
I told you I have a name.
You're messing up the show.
I'm not ruining the show. I just thought these people would like to meet another cool animal. This is Molly, the Moluccan cockatoo.
Oh good, my lovely assistant is already out here and ready, and intern, your attire is completely wrong. Alright, now I've been working tirelessly with Molly here to teach her how to do a magic card trick. So what she's going to do is she's going to pick a card, put it back, and I'm going to magically guess which one she chose. Alright, you ready, Molly? Here we go. Pick a card. Molly, just one card. She's a little nervous. This is her first time doing it. Pick a card. You've been hanging out with Hannah, haven't you? How many peanuts did she bribe you to mess up the trick? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to go have a talk with Hannah.
Well, Molly may not be very good at card tricks, but she does have a few other magical qualities about her that make her a pretty awful pet to have around the house. First of all, cockatoos are super loud. They may not look like it, but they can actually out-volume almost any other type of bird. They're also really strong. They have a bite force of several hundred pounds, which means they can easily break your finger if they get a hold of it. And not only that, but they live a really long time. They have a lifespan of up to 60 years, so that means they're going to be a lifelong commitment as a pet. Really the best thing for them is just to leave them in the wild in their native country of Indonesia. So how about a big round of applause for Molly, the magical cockatoo.
Are you still out there trying to do magic, Leanne?
Well, you've go into all my other tricks, and I want them to see I can actually do a trick right.
It's not going to work. Let me just try to do this. I've been practicing this mind reading trick, so I'm going to try to read everyone's mind. Okay, I want you guys to think of an animal you're afraid of. I'm sensing that there's someone in this group that's afraid of spiders. I'm also sensing that there's someone around here that's afraid of fish. Okay, I've got it. Raise your hand if you're afraid of snakes. Is there anyone scared of snakes? Okay, well I'm going to try to change your mind by telling you some really cool stuff about snakes. So welcome Speckles, our speckled king snake.
And Ruby, our Cinnaloan milk snake. Now, did you guys know that snakes like Ruby and Speckles here are actually magicians just like me? They can magically swallow food that's 4 times the size of their head.
That's not magic. Snakes have the ability to unhinge their jaws and swing their mouths wide open, allowing them to swallow food that looks way too big for them to eat. Another really cool thing is that snakes use their tongue to smell, which is forked or split at the end, so they can sense which direction the smell is coming from.
Well, I still think they're pretty scary. I mean, in Arkansas alone, there are 7 species of poisonous snake. Ruby here is one of them.
She's not poisonous. That's the coral snake that those guys mimic to scare away predators. And snakes aren't actually poisonous. They're venomous because a venom has to be injected, and a poison is something that has to be swallowed. Now, there are 7 species of venomous snake in Arkansas, but that's out of 37 total snake species. And of those, some of the non-venomous ones, like this king snake, will actually kill and eat venomous snakes for you.
Well, if these guys aren't magic, then can you please explain to me how they're able to move without any legs?
That's easy. It's because pound for pound, snakes have more muscle than any other animal, which makes sense because they literally can muscle their way around on the ground and even ride up a tree. So how about a hand for our snakes, Speckles and Ruby?
Wow, you know, those were some pretty interesting